Parish Vitality was the focus for the day at the September 14th Jumpstart Conference, offered in partnership by Church of the Resurrection in Alexandria, the Episcopal Church Building Fund, and the Diocese of Virginia. The goal for the day was to explore creative solutions to common problems in ministry, particularly as they relate to church buildings. The day-long conference took place on the Feast of the Holy Cross. Following a Eucharist with music from the host Church of Resurrection, Bishop Susan Goff set the tone for the day.
And we're imagining today, out loud, together, what God is doing among us and how we can be responsive to God's movement among us. We're at a crossroads today in our life in the church. We all know that. Our own experience makes it clear. And as Jo said so beautifully in her sermon earlier this morning, what better day to do this than on the Feast of the Holy Cross? That place, the foot of the cross, as we know, is a place of pain, a place of betrayal, of anguish, of fear. Many people today in our churches are experiencing fear and loss and pain as church changes, as society changes, as we worry about our congregations and our church buildings. But the foot of the cross is also a place of hope and of promise.
Julia Groom and Sally O'Brien of the Episcopal Church Foundation outlined their Recasting of Building Assets program, a one-year process aimed at helping congregations develop financial self-sustainability, create relevancy in their communities, sell or reallocate assets, and inspire new ways to be a thriving church. Members of Church of the Resurrection shared their own story as they encountered financial and building problems and partnered with the Episcopal Church Building Fund. Betsy Fega is the chair of the Revisioning Committee for Resurrection.
It's our sense that if we have a place of worship, a loving church family, a robust outreach program, a collaborative church working with others in the community, both community and churches, and demonstrate through a new building that we're creative and innovative, that it might be the place that people want to come and stay and share in that vision.
Kat Turner, Resurrection's Associate Senior Warden, attended the Episcopal Church Building Foundation's most recent conference and shared her perspective.
We are not alone. We have not failed. The church property is an asset that needs to be used responsibly and creatively rather than being seen merely as a monetary drain that always needs some unexpected repair or maintenance at some inconvenient time. We should challenge ourselves to review our mission and priorities and to set specific goals against which to measure our success.
And although some of the anxieties and data discussed about the realities of church obstacles were difficult to face, the overall message was one of hope, as Bishop Goff explained.
So we don't need to be afraid, because the truth of our Christian faith, the truth of what God has promised to us, is that the church cannot die. But here's the rub: the church as we know it can die. The church as we know it does die. The church as we know it sometimes maybe needs to die so that God's new life can spring forth, so that God can bring resurrection out of that death.
The Reverend Canon Pat Wingo, Diocesan Canon to the Ordinary, offered a closing prayer for the day.
We ask that you would give us wisdom, open hearts and minds to see the road ahead.